Hi guys, welcome back to the channel Jamaica Roots TV. Hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for liking the video and thank you for subscribing as well. So we're going to be reading a news report from the Jamaica Gleaner this morning, and then I'll have a discussion on the topic. And the topic is going to be on the MOVADO case. This barred attorney Jennifer MOVADO is to go on trial on September 12th in connection with the allegations that she defrauded dancehall entertainer MOVADO more than $30 million in a real estate transaction. So the trial date was set on April 7th when MOVADO appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court for a plea and case management hearing. However, the matter is to be mentioned on May 5th for the court to decide whether MOVADO, whose real name is David Brooks, will be allowed to give testimony via video link from the United States. In court Thursday, Brooks' attorney, Oswald Senior Smith, made an application for him to testify remotely. MOVADO is accused of defrauding the entertainer in a real estate deal in 2017. It is alleged that in April that year, MOVADO was introduced to a property at Grosvenor Terrace, Kingston 8, and started making arrangements to purchase the property through his attorney, Tamika Harris. MOVADO reportedly professed to have been given permission to oversee the sale as the owner was incarcerated overseas. MOVADO later reportedly paid MOVADO $30.7 million for the property and signed a sale agreement and a document giving him possession. However, it was later discovered that the property was not for sale and that the owner was not incarcerated. The owner of the property further indicated that he did not know MOVADO and never gave her permission to sell his property. Following the alleged fraud, MOVADO was reportedly reimbursed $7 million. However, after several attempts to recover his money failed, he reported the matter to the police, and MOVADO was arrested and charged with obtaining money by false pretense. So I'm going to now comment on that news report, and everything will be alleged as it is going through the courts. So we're seeing that MOVADO did hire a lawyer. So MOVADO did hire a lawyer to do a real estate transaction for a property in Kingston, and so he did secure the services of a lawyer, and the other person, Jennifer MOVADO, was representing the property owner. So she presented herself allegedly as the representative of the property owner. I would be very careful because he did have representation, and so careful, very, very careful in making sure that the owner is actually selling the property. This person is the direct owner. If there is a representative, then that person must be checked out thoroughly. All checks must be done. All I's dotted and all T's crossed to make sure, okay? Even if someone say they are the owner, then it is the lawyer's responsibility as well to make sure that this person is indeed the true owner of the property, because you know how things are going these days, right? So just be careful if you're going to purchase property and you're abroad, especially if you're abroad in Jamaica. Make sure you do all your necessary homework. Make sure you're going through things very slowly. Get referrals for lawyers and real estate agent. Make sure that they are qualified. Make sure that their licenses are valid. And I would suggest that you stay away from anyone who presenting themselves as real estate agent and a lawyer and an electrician and this and that, right? Jack of all trades, master of none. So be very careful, and remember that there are fees. There's quite a few fees in Jamaica when you're purchasing property or selling property, there are fees as well. So, you have the GCT, consumption tax 16.5%. You have stamp duty 2%. Fees are set. By the way, make sure that you check the fees because they are regulated. So for real estate agent, it is between 3 to 5%. Right. Plus, you have your GCT, and the for the buyers, it is a little bit different, average about 4 to 6%. Check all these fees online because they are set by the governing bodies and the government as well, right? So that these fees are set in order to protect the public, the buyers and the sellers, right, of properties. Usually when you get into these types of entanglements, they're very difficult to come out of, because you can see that MOVADO started to purchase this property in April of 2017. It is now 2022, 5 years after, and it's just been called up in court. And it is going to be September, so towards the end of 2022, and we don't know if it will be solved. When it's called up in September, it can be put off again. Hopefully it will be, resolved. When you're getting into these types of things, go slowly, check everything out. There's nothing wrong in making sure that you're checking the firm that this person is employed at. Check the background information, check the references, even ask the firm for properties that this person has sold, and you be creative and find out ways where you can get testimonies and stuff like that, right, from the people that they've dealt with. One that you're going to be dealing with is a referral from someone. It's better to get a referral of someone who has already dealt with this person, right? That way, okay, you feel a little bit more comfortable than just taking the phone book and looking up a lawyer and stuff like that. If you can get a referral that way, that is the best way to do it. If you're just cold calling to get a referral, then be extra careful too. Be very careful, be vigilant. Make sure that these people are representing the company that they say they are representing. Get referrals as well. Make sure that they are up and up, like everything is good, right, with that person's character and all of that. Okay, so you're going to be doing all the proper checks. Go online, Google certain things to find out more information, right? We don't want to go into too much detail regarding what you should be looking for, but there are tips online that you can go in and get access to. And if you're not able to use a computer, as I mentioned, you can get someone who you trust to guide you that way. So we see that MOVADO's lawyer has applied to get the video link. So he'll be testifying from the United States. Face-to-face testimony is always better. It's always preferred. But in this day and age, with COVID and people traveling and all of that, I think the courts are being more lenient and allowing a lot of video link testimony. So he applied. I'm sure he should get that. I don't see any issue with that. But it's not yet approved. He applied for it on April 7th. Senior citizens are always targets as well. So be very vigilant. They string senior citizens along because they can. Computer savvy, they don't have, most of the time they can't read things or understand what they've read. So it's good to have like some support. If you're a senior citizen, have some support if you're not savvy that way, right? They think they can just spin them on their fingers and get away with it and stuff like that, right? So you're going to be doing all your checks. Go slow, and because it takes years to unravel things like these, especially in the Jamaican courts, because this thing happened in 2017 and it's 5 years later it's been called up in court, right? So go slow. And another thing is, when you get into these type of entanglements, you have to go now and spend so much money in legal fees to get out of it and to get everything all sorted. So what I would suggest is to just go slow, because you're going to be spending a lot of money, maybe millions, to get out of this mess, right? And or to recoup funds. Remember, you do not have to give a massive amount up front. You can give deposit 5 to 10%. It is allowed in Jamaica. They give you after, right, to pay the balance. So your lawyer will work that out with you, but you don't have to give all this cash up front or all the money up front. You do a deposit, and I would do the minimum deposit. You try and work out things as best as you can. So we're hoping that everything will be solved on the court date in September, and we're hoping everything will be resolved, and hope MOVADO will learn a lesson. This is a teaching moment for him and many others, because everybody's seeing this online. So thousands of people who are going to be purchasing properties now will be stepping carefully. I've had a couple persons coming up to me telling me that they've purchased property in different parishes, and the lawyer on off with the money, or they keep calling the lawyer's office and the lawyer is dodging them. Or another case where they said the lawyer put a small amount of money in their account. I don't know how that works. I cannot understand how this works. And like the property was sold for, say, 2 million, the lawyer put 20 or 30,000 in their account, and they cannot contact the lawyer. They don't know where the lawyer is and all of that. So in closing, I just want to add this one point. I saw an ad on television. I am not sure which channel it was, but it's either Scene or TVJ. And the lawyer was saying that, basically they want your business. They do not handle any money. Everything goes through the bank. The only they would get is the lawyer's fees. They do not handle any money for deposits or to pay off remaining balances or any of that. It's handled through the bank. And I've been advocating for this online for many months. So if you are a buyer or seller, make sure that you are putting the money through the banks. Let the banks handle those deposits and those balances that has to be paid and stuff like that. You have to secure yourself. And now we have this firm coming forward saying that they endorse this. They are doing this way. So to protect themselves and, of course, the clients, they will not take any advance, no deposit through. It is handled through the bank. Everything goes through the bank. Okay, so look out for those companies that is doing their business that way. Okay, and that's it for this video. Thank you for joining, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Take care of yourself and others. See you on the next video.